19,
Okay.
I decided, after having worked for quite a while, all the time in fact, writing, and I did some work for the International Year of the Child, and there I worked with the wife of the president and the wife of the prime minister, and it was very good.
Wow.
I enjoyed it, but
Good.
it was work.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I needed a bit of a vacation. I was then 83 years old.
Okay.
I decided to go on my own. I've always wanted to see Spain. I had never been in Spain before. So I bought myself a ticket and I went to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I sat there, and as is my way, I started talking to people. And there was a very nice man whom I asked what he does, and he said he makes plastic dishes to be thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Throwaway dishes.
Yeah.
He himself was not Spanish, but he was married to a Spanish woman, and he lived in Barcelona, the city where I was planning to go. Now, that city is part of a province which has been trying to become independent. They have their own language. It's a very beautiful city. I wanted very much to go there. Big city. So I went.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me he has a car because he lived there, parked at the airport,
Okay.
and he'll take me to the hotel, which
Wow.
of course was a marvelous gift because I don't know the language.
Mm-hmm.
I just know a few words here and there, and I had no idea where this hotel was. It was supposed to be some small hotel that a friend of mine who'd been there recommended, but I didn't know a thing about it. I just went into the unknown, which I like to do, to explore by myself without knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
The plane was 2 hours delayed, which means we arrived instead of 11 o'clock at 1 o'clock in the morning. And
It's
at 1
too late.
o'clock to go looking for a hotel for me if I didn't know where it was and who, and not even to be able to speak to a taxi driver. It was really heaven sent that I saw this man
Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah?
and that he was willing to take me. I never saw him after that, but he was nice enough. He didn't know himself where that was.
He's
He
very
stopped
nice.
3 times to ask. At any rate, so I went there. Not a kind of hotel I would have chosen myself, but there I was. I wasn't going to start changing. Anyway, I was going to spend a few days there and then go to another city and then fly home. Not a long stay. So when my aim was to go to different museums
Mm-hmm.
and to see the city. There's a very famous architect who left beautiful things there, statues, and a park was named after him, and a cathedral which is still being built. I don't know how many years. It's not finished. I think even now, 11 years later, it's now 2020, I don't think it's finished yet. They just keep adding to
working.
it and making it more beautiful. So I went to see. There's a night, I think they were among those who started that you can get on a bus, go wherever you want to, get off,
Mm-hmm.
and then pick up a next bus afterwards. And just continue. You can stop as many times that you want to get off.
Okay.
It's a kind of tourist bus. And they explain on the bus in English as well. So it was very nice to do that. I went to see the park. I went around a bit, and then I went back to the bus. Okay, that's how I spent my first day. And then I found out, I know, the next day there was a man, 3 men, on horses who came with a trumpet and announced that the following day was going to be a saint day, the saint of the city, the patron saint of the city, whose name is Saint Eulalia. Saint Eulalia, and they call her Lalaya for short.
Okay.
And there's going to be a big, a festive air in the whole city. So I was very lucky. I didn't know that when I started out, that I was going to come to a festival.
Mm-hmm.
How was it a festival? First of all, they opened up the city hall. The city hall, I went in there. I've never seen a building like that in my life. Never before and never after. It was like a museum with the most beautiful furniture, the most beautiful decorations. I don't see how people can work in a beautiful place like that. They must just be sitting and staring at everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was so lucky. And I spoke to a young girl who worked there, got some more news, inside news from her about the place. And then I went out and I saw something very unusual. I saw people dancing in the street in a very serious and organized way. There is I forget the name of the dance. It's a national dance. People come, throw whatever they're wearing, coat or whatever, on the floor, on the ground, and bags or whatever they just throw on the ground.
And they dance
and they
together.
join the circle. It's a circle. And they dance this dance. I'm going to find out and tell you what the name of this dance is. It's Catalan. Catalonia is the province of which Barcelona is the capital. And in the past, a number of times,